I failed 100 times before success. It sounds like a motivational quote, but the reality behind it is full of struggle, doubt, and silent battles. Every time I tried and failed, it didn't just feel like a mistake. It felt like proof that maybe I wasn't capable. In the beginning, I had confidence. I believed things would work out quickly. But after repeated failures, that confidence just faded away. The truth is, success doesn't come from avoiding failure. It comes from learning how to continue despite it. If you're failing right now, don't stop. You're not behind. You're in the process. Because sometimes success isn't about getting it right quickly. It's about not giving up when it takes longer than expected.
It felt easier to stop trying than to face another failure. Watching others succeed made it even harder. It seemed like everyone else had things figured out while I was stuck in the same place. But what people don't see is that success often hides a long history of failure behind it. One thing failure taught me was honesty. It forced me to look at what I was doing wrong. Instead of blaming situations or other people, I had to take responsibility. That's when real growth started. I stopped repeating the same mistakes and started making small improvements. Each failure became a lesson, and each lesson made me slightly better than before. I also learned patience. In today's world, we expect quick results, but real progress takes time. You don't see change immediately, and that can be frustrating. But just because you don't see results doesn't mean nothing is happening. Growth is often invisible at first. What kept me going was a simple thought. I didn't want to regret not trying enough. Failure is painful, but regret lasts longer. So I kept showing up, even on days when I didn't feel motivated. Not with perfect energy, but with consistency. And then, after so much,
I failed 100 times before success. Sounds simple, but living through those failures is anything but easy. Each time I tried, I believed maybe this would be the one. And each time it didn't work, it felt like a piece of my confidence disappeared. At first, failure feels like a small setback. But when it keeps happening again and again, it starts to feel personal. You begin to question your ability, your decisions, even your dreams. There were moments when I compared myself to others. People around me were moving ahead, achieving things, celebrating wins, and I was still trying to figure things out. It felt like I was running in place while everyone else was moving forward. That feeling can break you if you let it. It whispers things like, maybe you're not good enough, or maybe this isn't meant for you. But here's what I slowly started to understand. Failure is not a stop sign. It's a direction sign. Every failure was pointing me towards something I needed to fix. Sometimes it was my approach, sometimes my mindset, and sometimes my patience. I realized I wasn't actually failing 100 times. I was learning 100 different lessons. The biggest shift happened when I stopped fearing failure and started expecting it. Instead of asking, what if I fail? I began asking, what can I learn from this attempt? That small change made a huge difference. It removed pressure and replaced it with curiosity. I stopped chasing perfection and started chasing progress.
If you look at some of the most successful people in the world, one name always stands out: Jeff Bezos. He didn't just build a company, he built a system of thinking, a way of working, and a mindset that turned a simple idea into one of the most powerful businesses on the planet. But here's the truth. Success like that doesn't come from luck. It comes from how you think, how you work, and how you show up every single day. The real question is not, can you become Jeff Bezos? The real question is, can you learn to work like him? Because if you can change the way you approach your work, you can completely change your life. One of the most powerful things you can learn from Jeff Bezos is his obsession with long-term thinking. While most people focus on quick results and instant rewards, he focused on what would matter 5 or even 10 years from now. This is something most people struggle with today. We live in a world of instant gratification, quick videos, fast results, and constant distractions. But real success doesn't work like that. If you truly want to work like Bezos, you need to train your mind to think beyond today. You need to ask yourself, will this matter in 5 years? And if the answer is no, maybe it's not worth your time. Another important habit is deep focus. In today's world, focus is rare. People try to multitask, constantly switching between apps, notifications, and tasks. But the truth is, multitasking destroys quality. Jeff Bezos believed in giving full attention to the most important tasks. When you focus deeply, even for a few hours, you can achieve more than someone who works all day with distractions. This is the difference between being busy and being productive. Busy people feel tired. Productive people create results. Decision-making is another powerful area where you can learn from Jeff Bezos. He once explained that not all decisions are equal. Some decisions are reversible and some are not. Smart people don't waste too much time on small decisions. They move fast where they can, and they slow down only when it truly matters. Most people do the opposite. They overthink small things and rush big.
You from acting on impulse and gives you time to think about what's going on without getting upset. Take the criticism away from yourself. As the Stoics said, you control your mind, not events outside of it. Know this, and you will be strong. Marcus Aurelius. Do this. Understand that unfair feedback only shows how the reviewer feels or what they think, not how good you are or what you can do. You can see the criticism more clearly if you separate it from who you are. As the Stoic said, if anyone can prove and show me that I think and act in error, I will gladly change it, for I seek the truth. Marcus Aurelius. Do this. There may be a small amount of truth in even the most unfair judgment. Look for any helpful feedback that is hidden in the unfairness. Take this as a chance to improve yourself and get rid of the negative thoughts that aren't necessary. As the Stoic saying goes, first learn the meaning of what you say, and then speak. Epictetus. What happened? When someone criticizes you unfairly, stay cool and polite. This not only shows how strong and in control you are, but it also keeps things from getting worse. A calm answer often calms down the reviewer and shows that you are an adult. Take care of your own growth. Don't waste time arguing about what a good man should be, says the Stoic. Be one, said Marcus Aurelius. Action. Stop focusing on unfair criticism and turn your attention to your goals and personal improvement. You can rise above the bad things that happen and keep moving forward on your road by focusing on your own growth and virtues. It can be hard to deal with unfair criticism, but if you follow Stoic principles, you can turn these situations into chances to grow